Introduction. According to Camus 2017, in the digital shift, the Philippines have taken the global lead in at least one measure. This is spent on social media. The report called Digital in 2017 showed that Filipinos spend on average of 4 hours and 17 minutes per day on social media sites such as Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter. Conceptual framework. Input: student profile and survey instrument. Output: recommendations and to regulate social media usage at school. Feedback: evaluation through survey questionnaire of the influence of social media towards junior high school of Luna General Comprehensive High School.
Hypotheses. The following hypotheses are generated by the researcher and were tested in this study. First, students' addictiveness to social media has no significant influence on their academic performance. Second, students exposed to social media network has no significance in influence on academic performance. Third, use social media do no significant influence on the academic performance on the students in Palawan National School. And fourth, there is no significant difference between male and female students' usage of social media network. And 5, age does not have significant influence on the use of social media.
Statement of the problem. Students are being addicted to social media. They tend to get influenced with the things they have seen and encountered in these platforms. This is a serious problem, for this could negatively impact the students' behavior, which is evident in their actions in school.
Significance of the problem. This research study will not only benefit us, the researchers, in gaining more knowledge on the influence of social media towards learning, but also it will benefit the following. Students. This research study will benefit the students to know what are the positive and negative effects of social media in their studies. They are the main users of this study. Parents. This research study will help the parents of the students in keeping track the behavior and learnings of their children towards having an access to social media platforms. Teachers. This study will also benefit the teachers of Junior High School Luna General to see if integrating social media into their teaching practices is advantageous to the students. Future researchers. This study was aimed to assist future scholars in learning more about this topic. Scope and delimitation. We, the researchers, aim to determine what are the influences of social media on senior high school students towards learning during the school year 2022-2023. We chose the students of Luna General Junior High School with a population of 20 students, and they were given questionnaires to determine the impact of social media on senior high school students' attitudes about learning. Descriptive survey method was employed to conduct the activity. We proceed on the definition of terms, as words may mean differently. In different contexts, the following definitions are given as the words used as intended to be understood for the purpose of the study. Social media. In this study, social media are forms of electronic communication which facilitate interactive based on certain interests. Social media include web and mobile technology. Social networking. The use of internet to make information about yourself available to others, especially people you share an interest with, to send message to them. Media are all those media technologies that are intended to reach a large audience by mass. Academic. concerned with studying from books as opposed by a practical work. Students, someone who is studying at university or school, someone who is very interested in a particular subject.
In a study, Sashad Khan, 2010, examined and investigated the effect of social media websites on students. For these purposes, a survey method was chosen to be questionnaire. It was intended to understand and analyze effects using social media on the subjects under the study, students using social media sites. Many researchers such as Juni 2010, San Miguel 2009, and Enriquez 2010 studies on students' use of the social media sites revealed a negative effects of the use of social media sites on students' academic performance. Social media has more adverse effects than positive ones, Woods and Scalp 2016, since students tend to spend more time on social media other than educational purposes. This tends to cause distraction from the learning environment. According to Eunice Abu-Wanshra, University of Education, Winneba 2020 social consumer phenomenon serving as a reliable platform for environment various forms of communication and information access point. The objective of the study was to assess the impact of social media on teaching and learning among students of Wesley Demonstration Cluster of JSH School. Using focus group discussions and feed from respondents at attempt is made to find relationship between the social media usage and academic performance. According to Reggie D. Astudillo, December 11, 2016, Tabuk City, Kalinga, people all over the world have been enjoying the benefits of using technology nowadays. In the part, communicating and free sharing of truth between people are restricted by long distance, race, and even religion. But now these barriers can no longer the flow of information and knowledge because now the new world of social networking allows free sharing of thoughts through online social networking sites at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Link Battle 2018.
Research design. This research study used descriptive survey research where qualitative and quantitative research design approaches are used in gathering the information about the said study. Explanations gathered from the students as well as the assessments made by the researchers themselves are under the qualitative research design. As for the quantitative research design, these are the information collected to students such as age, number of social media they have, and the information of the students. When you called research design, this is where you gathered the data. Respondent of the study. In this study, a survey was structured to ascertain whether the use of social media has a huge influence on high school students in terms of their concentration in their academics here in our country. A self-made questionnaire was provided to certify what really was the influence of social media. 40 respondents were asked to fill up the survey. Data was gathered and analyzed from the respondents. The researchers notes the results shown by subjects by getting the percentage of data. So, respondents of the study, 40 high school students fill up in the Google form made by the researchers. Data gathering tools. This study will be conducted on junior high school of the year 2022-2023. In addition, another researcher-made instrument will be prepared by the researcher to gather the information on the participants' name and gender. Necessary permission will be secured from the office of the principal. After the permit is granted, the researcher will ask another English teacher to conduct the study to avoid biases in the study. Data gathering procedure. The researchers gave a letter to their consultant which was acknowledged and approved by Mrs. Angelica B. Benigno, junior subject teacher. High school students will be surveyed. The researchers will personally send the survey request letter to all concerned for the conduct of survey. Data gathering procedure was conducted on junior high school of Luna General Comprehensive High School. Statistical treatment. The following statistical processes will be used to organize, collate, examine, and review the data. The researchers use a checklist method to determine the influence of social media towards junior high school students' attitudes about learning.